will call this meeting to order at 7:01, and we will start with the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, we're going to start with an approval of the agenda, and I was hoping to move our new business, the naming recognition of Nisco Hill Computer Lab, to the top, so maybe we can make a motion with an amendment.
Motion to approve the agenda as amended.
Second?
Any discussion? Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, approval of open session minutes from February 6, 2017.
Make a motion to approve the open session minutes February 6, 2017.
Second?
Any discussion? Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Okay. I don't believe we have our.
Is there a second?
Yeah, the
It was
January
second.
23rd minutes need to be approved because we didn't approve them at the last meeting.
Right, okay. So do we need to change the agenda to reflect that, or can we just?
I would do that now, yeah, seeing that it's not on the agenda. But you do have those minutes from the 23rd, correct?
Mhm.
Yes.
So make an amendment to the agenda and then you can make a motion to approve those.
So making amendment to the amended agenda.
Right. I make a motion to amend the agenda to include the open session minutes from January 23rd, 2017.
Second.
Any discussion? No? Okay. So now we amended the agenda, so now we actually have to approve the open session minutes, so I need a motion.
Motion to approve the open session minutes of January 23rd, 2017.
Any discussion? Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Okay. We don't have Maria tonight?
No, we do not.
Yeah. Okay, moving right along to community comments. Do we have anyone in the community that would like to remark? Okay. Moving, we're gonna move our naming and recognition of Nisco Hill Computer Lab up to the very top. So Heather, I don't know if you wanna.
Hello, and thank you for meeting with us. We're Student Council E-Board. I'm Walker Penfield, President of Student Council.
I'm Vice President Abby Paul.
I'm the treasurer, Catherine Casey.
And I'm the secretary, Paige Allen.
So we want to meet with you to discuss our plans to honor Mrs. Warnig because she just left a huge impact on the district with the entire technology program and the one-to-one learning. And we think it's just right for her to have a big honor.
One of the first things that we would do in her honor would be to change the technology lab to Warnig's lab because she had worked here for 16 years. It wasn't just a technology lab, it was her lab. And with this, we think that it would create a healing process for the school and community as well.
Alright, and a second idea we had was to buy a plaque to hang in her lab with her years of service at MISCO and her name on it. And so we would hang that, and everything would be funded by the student council and our events like the talent shows and our socials.
And the last idea that we had was to have a ceremony, probably in April or early May, that would honor Mrs. Werning, and staff members could submit memories or interactions they had with her, and they'd be read by student council members, and just have a ceremony to honor her and to dedicate the plaque and to honor her family for her dedication to our school.
And yeah, we just want to really have Mrs. Warnig leave her mark on MISCO since she was such a vital part of our community. That's all.
I think it's a fabulous idea.
Agree?
Idea. And thank you for your presentation. It's obviously very meaningful to you guys, so that's great. So we need to take a vote on it.
Yeah, it would be nice to have a formal motion. Like I said in my background notes, we technically have a school committee policy about naming of facilities. I don't know if we'll be naming a facility anytime soon as far as, you know, a full building. But I think because Liz was so meaningful to Misco Hill, but this district in general. I think what our students said is true times 1,000. She was an amazing woman. She gave her heart and soul to these communities. She gave her heart and soul to our kids. And I think this is a very, very fitting remembrance of Liz and everything she did for us and for our kids. So yes, a motion and then a vote for approval would be terrific.
Make a motion to accept the proposed naming of the computer lab as Warnick's lab, along with the other names that the student council has.
Second.
I don't think we have any discussion, am I correct? Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you guys very
Thank
much.
you.
I think that's a
Thank
great
you.
idea.
Terrific.
Thank you.
Great.
Really appreciate it. We tend to forget we're a one-to-one district, we're so far ahead of everyone. But when Liz Warnig started here, we were teaching Word and PowerPoint, and people thought it was amazing, Word and PowerPoint. And she just came in here and changed the entire middle school curriculum, and it trickled up into the high school curriculum as well. So she was really the ball that rolls with the technology starting in the district.
That's great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Moving right on to superintendent.
Okay, thank you. First off, just as a follow-up, it's our intent as a district to do a second round of K-12 Insight surveying to all of our stakeholders. Basically the same stakeholder groups. We will do middle school and high school students, we'll do our parents and all of our staff members. Going a little bit earlier in a window, looking at May 1 to May 15th for that 2-week window. I believe last year we did something like June 1 to June 15th, so it'll be a little bit earlier. It's also my intent at the school committee meeting of April 10th to kind of give a brief presentation on how we use that feedback from last year's results. I think having that feedback loop and to show tangible evidence, hey, you put time into doing the survey and the results just didn't go into a black hole. These are some of the things that we did to improve the district. So we'll get that out on April 10th, and I was also planning on doing kind of a summary screencast and getting that out to our parents. And then we'll also concomitantly do some focus groups to drill down on some deeper feedback at our 4 schools. So just to kind of put that out there, and I think the qualitative data that we got back was powerful. And as we did this school year, we should have all the results in hand relatively quickly, probably through the summer months and in early September. Kind of do how the results came out. Kind of in the same line with regard to communication engagement, as I put in my background notes, over the next 5 to 6 weeks, I will be doing 4 separate coffee hours with our parents at all 4 schools. They're not exclusive just to that school. They're basically anybody can go to any of them. I'll be at Memorial on Wednesday, March 15th at 9 a.m. Clough, Tuesday, March 21st at 9 a.m. Misco Hill, Thursday, March 30th at 2:30, and then Nipmuc, Monday, April 3rd at 7 p.m. I intentionally did different times, but again, if you are a Nipmuc parent and you want to go to the Clough one, that's perfectly fine.
It's just where they're located, not
Correct.
necessarily content?
They're not Clough-centric or Misco-centric or wherever.
Okay.
Okay? And as I said, I will publicize those via Blackboard Connect and social media. Then, as we do once per month, you do have in your packet the year-to-date expenditure report for the current fiscal year. Jay, are there any particular lines that you'd like to highlight or general commentary?
No, in general, I think we're still in pretty good shape. We've had a few maintenance lines that have gone over already. A few issues like with the boiler in this building, a couple other issues like that. Obviously, we're still keeping our fingers crossed on snow and ice, which will be a big savior if we can get through the year with not much left. But I know in this report, the bills for the February storms aren't in there because they haven't been billed yet. So it's gonna change a little bit. All in all, I think we're in good shape considering we're, moving into March.
65 degrees Wednesday.
Yeah, and 35 degrees Friday, so.
Just as long as it snows on Friday.
Yeah.
Then it's okay.
But we still have to plow even if it snows on Saturday
Yeah.
or Sunday, so it doesn't really matter.
Okay. And then last but not least, there's just somebody that I want to publicly recognize, and as she always is here in the front seat, I want to recognize Dr. Maureen Cohen. No emphasis on doctor, not Maureen or Cohen. 2 weeks ago, Maureen successfully defended her doctoral dissertation thesis, which was around leadership of one-to-one initiatives, very apropos. But as I say in the background notes, this is very, very well deserved. Kudos. Maureen is somebody who truly walks the walk when it comes to really emphasizing lifelong learning and self-improvement and so on. And I consider myself so fortunate to have her leading this district's curriculum and instruction. So I want to publicly acknowledge this real milestone. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And that's my report.
Okay, moving right along to subcommittee updates, negotiations subcommittee. So, you want to
Sure.
comment, Phil?
We are getting ready to meet with the teachers and start the negotiation with the teachers. We've had our preparation meetings. I think we're good to go. I think Joe and Jay and Maureen have done a great job of pulling all together all the information that we need so that we can have an intelligent and fruitful discussion. We're looking forward to it. So that's where we are right now.
Okay, thank you. And we actually just met last week for the superintendent's evaluation subcommittee. We're kind of at the half-year cycle with Dr. Maruschek's evaluation, talking about his student learning goal, his professional practice goals, and his 3 district improvement goals. So we're just kind of assessing halfway, and we'll be meeting again at the end of the summer to kind of pull it all together. So that's where we are on that subcommittee as well. I don't believe we have any old business this evening. Under new business, we have the proposed inclusion of middle school field hockey.
Ann, Scott, Bill.
Come on, Scott. Come on, Bill. Yeah. And we're gonna drag.
Hard for you to get up these days. It is. I have to drag them around all the time.
So we've been adding, when I first started as an administrator here, we didn't have any sports at all, we had no enrichment, we didn't have too much, it was just a regular middle school, we were kind of transitioning from, and Bill and Scott were here for that, we were transitioning from an elementary and a high school kind of model to a middle school model. So Scott has done an incredible job getting the interscholastic sports program. It's very successful. We've increased almost every year, and until last year we were completely self-funded. Last year we got a $10,000 budget line item for our transportation, which has helped immensely. Don't have to have so many socials to cover the costs, but Scott and Bill want to add field hockey. It's a very popular sport, and they'll tell you about it.
So we have the numbers to justify between the 6th and 7th grade. We're still, as of right now, we're still pulling up 8th graders to the high school. So it will be, depending on numbers at the high school, it'll be a 6th and 7th grade team. I believe there's already over 30 kids. So there would have to be, there would be cuts on the team, because you can't hold that many players. So there is an interest in the district. The cost of it is basically referees and coaches and transportation. We're gonna get the high school's old uniforms for the first year and the high school's old nets. So it costs about $6,400 total, and subtracting the fees, it was about $3,000. So overall cost will be about $3,400 with coaches, refs, and so forth. So, I mean, I think it's a good opportunity right now, to give a little bit more. And it's gonna only help, you know, their program and to compete against other schools in the town. And right now, we do have, if we were to go ahead with it for next year, I have a full schedule already. I have a coach lined up, so we're all set on that aspect.
Who would we play against?
We would play Oxford, Northborough, Southborough, Auburn, Northbridge, and Westborough.
Okay,
These are all programs that have middle school teams already.
that's why.
And for me, I'm the varsity coach, this is Molly Smith, the JV coach. We're busting at the seams as far as the numbers. And my mentor, Mr. Jerry Leone from Franklin, always said that sports is about opportunity and participation. And if you can give that opportunity to kids to participate, it's just a win-win. And as a selfish kind of part, as a head coach, I know where we are in the program. 2 years ago, we made a 180-degree turn, and we're banging on the doors of the next level. And with this feeder program, because there really isn't a feeder program in field hockey, it's only gonna help us. And again, the people that really benefit from this the most are the student athletes playing the game. And there is a lot of kids that wanna play, which is real nice. We wouldn't have to, knowing the numbers, we wouldn't have to take any 8th graders. I mean, we could, but we don't need to. So it would be a great opportunity to start it here, 6, 7, and some 8th grade kids, and then move them right along up with the varsity and the JV.
The students are they've heard rumor of a possible field hockey team, and a day doesn't go by where I don't get a, Mrs. Meyer, is there really gonna be a field hockey team, even by some 5th graders, so they are very excited about this.
So you would open this up to 6th graders, not just 7th and 8th, you'd open it up to 6th graders as
Yeah.
well?
The middle school programs that are, when we only have 7th and 8th grade, it usually means that the leagues that we're playing against are only 7th and 8th graders, with the exceptions of Whitensville Christian, which always has a 6th grade team, because of their numbers. It's about size and safety, but most of the teams that we'd be playing have 6th graders on their team. That's why we open it up to a few of our 6th grade players. Some years we may not have any 6th graders, and it depends on the numbers. We choose 7th and 8th graders, you know, first with, you know, some talent.
So then 8th grade has been feeding up into the high
Yeah.
school, so
Yeah.
that would change. So
We
that-
had 9, 10 young on the 8th, from the 8th grade team playing on our JV team.
Yeah, and it wouldn't have to change, 7th grade would definitely change, we won't feed up the 7th grade, but the 8th grade will be on ability and, if they wanna go. There's a lot of 8th graders that don't wanna go up to the, high school to play basketball, they wanna stay with us. We could probably feed the entire basketball team, all of our 8th graders, but they don't wanna play at that level, they wanna play with us, and field hockey would most likely be the same. The comfort, we wanna make sure we have a comfort level.
So it's almost like they have the option.
They have the
Yeah,
option,
they do.
yeah. All 8th graders have the option of going up or staying down based on their ability. They have to make the high school team.
Based on numbers too.
Yeah.
If they don't need them, they
They won't take them.
can't take them.
Gotcha.
So we'd like to get the high school
So then
program.
they'd have an if they don't need them at the high school level, then they have an
They'll have another
opportunity.
opportunity.
Yeah, right. And we'd like to get, you know, high school level that they won't need us anymore. Because when we put up our 8th graders, it's a great opportunity for them, but it weakens our team a little bit because we're sending our best players up. So,
Right.
you know, we've
So-
gotten,
I'm just,
Sure.
it's just knowledge and information for me. So in theory, you could have 6th, 7th, and 8th graders on the same team?
Yep.
Okay.
we have cross-country is 5th grade through
Yeah,
8th grade.
yeah.
So the teams work, it depends on, and that's not a safety issue, cross-country. It comes down to like basketball, it's a safety issue. You can see some of the students that are 6th graders from the very few teams that we play with 6th graders. They're small and they're playing with 8th graders, and it does make a big difference safety-wise.
So it wouldn't here, like 6th to 8th grade?
Well, so year to year would be number driven. If there are 47 and 8th, 7th and 8th graders, we're gonna go 7th and 8th graders, because that's who we're preparing.
Gotcha,
They're the ones we want to get ready for the high school.
okay.
But, you know, right now, the numbers, they are increasing in all the girls' sports. It seems to be just the girls' sports, really, actually in all districts, where numbers are low. And we're starting to see a rise in our district of the girls playing more sports again,
Okay.
or more girls playing sports. So, we're hoping the numbers change in, you know, basketball and field hockey, so we don't need to go up there anymore.
Right now, and I know I've known this in the past, but right now you, for girls, you have basketball and
Basketball, soccer,
Volleyball,
volleyball,
Softball,
softball,
track.
track and field. And they go up in the winter time, they can play in high school, for track and field. 7th and 8th.
It's great to have those options for the kids.
Really great.
There's a lot.
There's gotta be,
Balance kids out.
there's 6th graders right now, 6th grade girls, there's probably about 13 of them that are interested in playing. So they'd be going into their 7th grade year. And, you know, I have to give the credit to Maureen Hardcastle. I mean, she's seen this program through when these little girls were little. But now Maureen's getting out of it and there is no feeder program. So,
Well, she can get back into it.
yeah.
I have to give you, Bill, and you, Molly, a lot of credit too. Just, I think coaching and the attitude and the spirit is absolutely amazing. Just, and I think you're a huge reason
I gotta deal
why.
with him tomorrow.
You're a huge reason why our numbers are so high.
They're great kids and good
Yeah,
student athletes, so
they
we've
are.
gotta build off of that, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. So do we need to make,
So, yeah, I would say it makes a lot of sense to do a motion and a formal vote for a provisional approval of this program. Then I'd say a year from now, we kind of review it, see where the numbers are, and then give it permanent status a year from now. Does that make sense?
yeah?
Yep.
Yeah, sounds great, okay. So looking for a motion, thank you guys
Thank you very much.
So we're looking for a motion for provisional status, right?
Mhm.
Okay. Make a motion
I gotta go watch The Bachelor.
to provisionally approve the field hockey for the middle school, which, the intention of it is beginning of next year. Okay, any discussion? No?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Can't vote yet.
All those in favor?
Oh,
Aye.
No, that's the vote.
They seconded it, good to go.
Yeah.
You have to wait an hour, they can revise it.
Okay. Okay, I feel like we've gone through everything. We're on correspondences. Any correspondence?
We do not have it.
Okay, any other matters not anticipated by the committee within 48 hours of the posted meeting? Okay. Okay, future agenda items include MERSD's FY18 open budget hearing on March 13th, MERSD's art student exhibitions on March 13th, inclusion practices and student performance data on March 27th, and K through 12 Insights Survey feedback actions on April 10th. So without any further ado, we can entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
We are adjourned.
It's
Is that record?
Wow.
Yeah.
At
Pretty quick.
7:25.
That's gonna be